So guess what? Mei-Ling has her own piece of trivia.
Okay.
But first, let's save. Basically, every time you save, Mei-Ling will give you a Chinese proverb, because remember, she's Chinese, so...
Hey, you know, I could totally see Mei-Ling being portrayed by Ming-Na Wen in a live-action remake.
Definitely. Although, maybe she's a bit too old by that at this point. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, give her some makeup or a digital de-aging.
I guess.
I mean, heck, those things are all the rage now in movies.
I guess. Alright, so yeah, think twice before you get a piece of equipment, like she said. Like Lotze said. Alright, so now...
Top of the trap doors here, by the way.
Yeah, that's another return from Metal Gear 2. Okay, so time to fight the first boss of the game.
Ooh.
Oh, already?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing, Jova. If you try to speed run this game, you can basically finish it in like 3 hours. The game is actually not. The game is not that long.
It's one of those ones that does reward you if you complete it in an incredibly short amount of time. With
I mean, it's a PS1 game that's not an RPG. Yeah, they were kind of short.
Mm-hmm.
It varied from time to time.
There we go. Again, just like in a Zelda game. Use bomb to blow up the wall. Alright, let's go.
No, I thought Snake could blow down the wall like the big bad wolf.
Cutscene. Oh, we found our second hostage that we have to rescue.
Am I too late?
President Baker.
He was captured by Spider-Man from the looks of it.
Kinda.
He's alive. You're the army president.
No shit, Snake.
First by Bird Stewards.
Save you.
No, don't touch it.
Oh.
C4.
Oh crap. Oh.
Oh, well, yeah, there's the Matrix thing.
Touch that wire.
This was before the Matrix, though.
So you're the one that the boss keeps talking about.
And you.
Alright, meet one of the fan favorite Metal Gear characters, Revolver Ocelot.
Revolver Ocelot.
Voiced by Patrick Lane.
I'm sure it's not important.
I've been waiting for you, Solid Snake.
Also, don't let his accent fool you. Despite his westernisms, he's a much different nationality than what that would suggest.
He's the greatest handgun
He's looks like an older Burt Reynolds.
single action army.
Trust me, that's probably intentional.
More than enough to kill any
Yeah, with Kojima being a Bond fan, Shiro, a lot of these opponents' snake faces were pretty much kind of behave like old school Bond villains. With their... Go on.
So I go.
Actually, Revolver Ocelot is someone who actually fashions himself more after Western villains.
Oh, sure.
If anything.
I was talking more about the over-the-top way they behave, but go on, Tim.
And by the way, if you actually trip the wires that the President Baker told you not to touch, you even get a special game over where instead of someone calling out Snake and say, what happened, it's Revolver Ocelot that tells you you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you deserve that.
Yeah, I'll be honest. If I didn't get the IP for 007, I would have minded Kojima Productions getting the Bond IP.
Alright, so... here's how the boss battle works. Notice on the top on the top center of the screen, you'll notice a collection of bullets. That's the number of bullets that Ocelot has, meaning every time he shoots one. So basically, the best strategy for this boss is wait till he runs out of bullets. That means he has to reload, which means, of course, it's open for an attack. So use your own gun to try to shoot at him.
For reload, goddamn. Let's just say that the Kingdom Hearts series will have a character, it does have a character, but it's kind of similar in concept to Ocelot.
The Ocelot is...
Even R for reload bit. I just noticed that now, actually. Fuck me.
It's abundantly clear, too, that he's inspired by Ocelot, clearly.
Yeah.
Now, as his name suggests, Revolver Ocelot's favorite weapon is a revolver, specifically the single-action Colt Army revolver.
Exactly. Yeah, notice how it'll stay quiet. There you go, see? And you even see it. But to you, there you go. Go on.
Now, he does raise a good point about the revolver, though. For as fancy as guns have gotten in later years, the revolver is incredibly precise, which is why the revolver is actually one of the best weapons you can get in things like a Resident Evil game or whatnot.
You see it, Libs. Like any good artist, Ocelot wants to have a masterpiece once in his career. The death of Solid Snake, mano a mano, face to face. Each of them with a 50-50 chance. For those who don't know, that was a Man in the Golden Gun reference.
Well, yeah, I mean, that film's so boring, I didn't even know that was from Man with the Golden Gun.
Well, there you go. And in that case, Duez, I'm gonna have to revoke your Bond fan card.
But that's one of the least popular Bond films.
I still love it. Anyway, alright, so basically I'm almost there. Okay, you notice how there's actually 3 life bars. Our own, Ocelot's life bar, obviously, and Baker's life bar. Don't worry so much about Baker's life bar. You only have to worry about it if you actually go into the center of the arena and trigger any of the explosives. As long as you stay away from the center of the arena, Baker will be fine. Don't worry. Alright.
Ah, so this is where I got that, this is the soundtrack I used from one point of our FIFA.
There we go.
And
And now behold, because things are about to get wild.
Code is the boss. It's been a long time since I had such a good fight, but I'm just getting warmed up.
Whoop.
My hand!
Whoa.
Shank.
I mean, you're taking it really well. Ah! You hit his hand off.
That sucks. That was a stringer.
Stealth camouflage. Oh yeah, someone's using stealth camouflage. Holy shit.
Right. You were lucky. We'll meet again.
When I get a new hand.
It's funny you mention him getting a new hand, Wibbs. Let's just say he will.
He will.
That exoskeleton.
An exoskeleton.
Whoa.
Oh.
That looked like
You
it
okay,
hurt.
man?
Okay.
Keeping controlled.
Cool story.
I love Snake's reaction. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Who the hell? But,
Oh, now for anyone who has played a game since Smash Bros. 3, you may recognize this character, but for newcomers, we'll keep his name a secret for now.
yeah.
Oh, I get it. Jim sent you.
And amazingly, this dude's still alive.
Answer my question.
Alright, now we're actually going to get a lot of important... Alright, this conversation is actually pretty important, so...
What? Now the terrorists have both codes and can launch any time.
It's not like I didn't fight. I managed to resist Psycho Mantis's mind probe.
He couldn't read you? How'd you do it?
Surgical implants in my brain.
Of course.
Surprised he didn't just say nanomachine, son.
Everyone who knows these top secret
Not to the
codes has
fourth game,
Even
isn't
the
it?
DARPA chief
Now that's in Metal Gear Rising.
Spin-off.
Metal Gear Rising.
got his code by
Are you sure you heard him right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's
In that
weird.
case, how did they get your code?
I never had any training on how to resist torture.
Dang.
It looks like
Surgical implants, but no training against torture.
I tell you, he loved every second of it.
What happened to your arm?
He broke it.
Looks like you're more than even now. His was sliced off.
Huh.
You're a funny man. So the DARPA
Vamos.
chief is okay?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
Can't be. You know, that's not what you promised, Jim. Now you want to shut me up.
Of course, I forgot, Jim is the Secretary of Defense, the one who's in charge of the operation, and, you know...
I didn't kill the DARPA chief.
Yeah, just
He had
calm
a
down,
heart
dude.
attack or something.
A heart attack? Oh, don't be a fool.
Anyway, the terrorists have both codes now.
Those boys are totally insane. They wouldn't hesitate to launch.
I agree, but what do they really want?
Oh, who knows?
They want the ability to
Maybe
move
they're
their
like us in the
mouths.
arms industry. Always
Sorry,
looking
Dwebs,
forward to good war.
we're already pushing the PS1 to the limit at this point, so...
Start a war today. You still have the card keys?
Card keys?
To override the detonation code. I heard you had them.
No, not anymore.
Oh,
What? Who
crud.
does then? Not the terrorists.
No, that woman.
Woman. Who?
Oh.
A soldier that was thrown in prison along with me.
A female.
Who could this one be?
Said she had just joined up as a new recruit. They threw her in
A
prison.
new recruit, you say? Maybe the rookie.
Recruit. Could that be the colonel's niece?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's her.
I
I gave her the key. Looks like she managed to break out of here, though. I hope she's okay.
I'm sure she is. She's green, but as tough as they come. But how did you know she escaped?
I was in contact with her by codec. Until I was tied up here, that is.
Codec?
Oh, this.
She stole it from the guard. If she still has it, you should be able to contact her.
I'm sure she still has it. What frequency was she at?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, it's... Sorry, I forgot. Damn.
You know, I'll admit the first.
I do like the twin snakes one.
Oh god. Don't worry, Liz, we'll get to
But yeah, this is some copy protection, sorta.
Yeah, that's the
You need to
thing.
look at the back of the box.
That's the thing, Liz. Right after that overtoleration, he even points the gun at him. It makes Snake look like a psychopathic, insane lunatic, you know?
Who's that?
Well, I mean, in some cases, he is kind of a psychopath from what I've seen.
So, Pedro, I have to wonder, what do you think was Kojima's mindset when he made Twin Snakes?
That's
He didn't do it, Silicon
well,
Knight.
he did. That's the thing too. Like he was the one who encouraged the director of that game to try something different and not just repeat what this game did. I personally think it was a bad decision, but well, we can talk about that later.
That's where he worked.
Like, and didn't he okay the
Yes, he did.
project overall?
Yes, he did.
Ended with the turn of
Well, I have a GameCube now, so if I can find it on Kex, then maybe.
Honestly, I don't hate Twin Snakes. Do I?
Alright, the other important information is, yeah, also actual stock footage.
Yeah, that's another thing. The traditional thing of the Metal Gear series here, right? They actually use live action stock footage whenever they're talking about commentary on real world war politics.
Apparently some of it is copyrighted, which is why some versions of MGS2 and 3 have been pulled out recently, because Konami has to renew the license.
Well, actually no, Teo. The digital versions of the Xbox versions are still up, and I think the PS3 ones are still on the store as
No, I
well.
was talking about the PC ones.
Oh, the PC ones. Oh, okay. Well,
I'll give a link to the article later.
Proves that there's a large and well-organized black market in nuclear materials.
Great.
Furthermore, since the end of the Cold War, Russian nuclear engineers in particular are out of work with no way to turn. In
yeah,
other words,
you can start to see this reoccurring theme in the Metal Gear series. Whenever war calms down, a lot of people now suddenly don't have as much of work. You know, we already talked about this in the previous game.
maintain a significant nuclear presence. Complete nuclear disarmament is an impossibility. To maintain our own policy of deterrence, we need a weapon of overwhelming power.
Sad but true. Yep.
Hello? Oh.
Remember, there's PS1, so it has to load every time it changes stuff. So
This so-called
Gosh, this filter.
yeah, sorry, Shiro, but unfortunately I can't do anything about that.
It's not that it's bad to look at, it's just like you can't tell what the image is behind it.
It's a Metal Gear, Shiro. You'll be able to see it for yourself better later when we
A
fight it.
combination of orange and honey.
Trust me, I don't know what the fuck was up with this filter either. Trust me, Shiro. I
It
don't.
looks like it's an eye, so I wonder if it's supposed to represent like a camera or something.
I
like-
can kind of see that.
It's a weird decision.
I wonder if we're looking at the perspective from you know who.
Baker, maybe Baker's eye.
Maybe I don't know.
He's the one narrating, and he's like describing this bad scenario.
Oh, I love this
Or
one.
you know, Tio.
I love this one. Bribes. I prefer to call it a good business transaction.
Okay.
your company.
Yes, that's about what I'd expect from a grunt like you. Here, this is what you came for, right?
What's that?
An optical disc. It's all here.
Ooh.
Main hard drive was destroyed by gunfire. This is the only remaining copy of the data.
Surprising they didn't search him and get that off of him.
This is a PS1 game disc.
I know you were sent to get this. I hid it from that sadistic maniac while he was torturing me.
Where?
You know this disc exists.
Alongside the watch of Pulp Fiction, Jova.
What's that bit called in Metal Gear Solid 2? Rectum?
Security level 2.
Hold on.
Can you walk?
No, you go on without me. They got my password. They don't want anything else from me.
I have one more
Your
question.
life?
Who or what was that ninja thing? It looked like you knew something.
That ninja? That was Foxhound's dark little secret.
Dark little secret.
An experimental genome soldier.
Oh,
Jesus.
You know him?
You should ask Dr. Naomi Hunter from Foxhound. She knows better than I.
Naomi.
You've got to stop them. If it goes public, my company and I are finished.
Oh no, the company. I mean, a bunch of maniacs have some nukes, but your company's reputation.
oh crap. What?
Yeah, I was about to say you're probably gonna die here anyway.
That's the thing, Shiroi. Notice how his death is very similar to the DARPA chief. What the fuck?
Bastards. So, they actually went in.
Yeah, you reveal the information, you die kind of scenario.
They're just
You're talking really over having a heart
Okay, we
attack.
were discussing about the difference between heart attacks, in the couple previous parts with the death of DARPA chief. I can tell you this: you normally wouldn't be able to talk this much during one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're talking pretty well for having a heart attack.
And again, I think, I'm with
Well,
this one.
Teo, that's obviously the first hint the player should get. Obviously.
I mean, if that's what they're
Hold on.
going with, then this isn't anything like I've seen this before.
I have no idea. Don't lie to me.
Rawr.
Look like another heart attack, but
Some kind of
Oh hey, Naomi.
there are lots of drugs that can cause a heart attack in large doses. For example, potassium chloride or dioxides, but we won't be able to tell without doing an autopsy.
damn. Snake, I want you and Meryl to work together. Can I trust her? More than you can trust me.
That's reassuring.
Yeah, dude.
There's a lot of electrical interference coming from there. It should be okay if you do burst transmission like us, but normal transmission is probably impossible. Try moving away from that area.
Snake, get a hold of yourself. Naomi, what the hell was that ninja thing? A member of Foxhound?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, we have no one like that in our unit.
Is that right? Snake, I'm counting on you.
Okay then.
Hey,
So yeah, and notice how my life bar increased. Basically, in Zelda fashion as well. Whenever we defeat a boss, our life bar increases. Okay.
Shoot the body just to make sure that he's dead.
this is
I'd rather
alive, if anything.
I'd rather save my ammo, Dwips. But anyway, okay. So, like Teo was saying, this is kind of a form of anti-piracy protection, Shiroi. Do you know what you need to do to get Meryl's frequency in the codec? You have to check the instruction manual of the game.
Boy, this must have sucked for anyone who got a used copy of the game that didn't come with the case.
It's exactly as Baker said. It's actually on the back. One of the small images on the back of a box. So.
Yeah. All right. So let's check out the frequency, and Meryl's frequency is 140.15.
Sorry, wrong frequency. That's the
Go ahead.
BBC.
I was really impressed with the way you busted yourself out of there.
The one from the prison?
You're the Colonel's niece, Meryl, right?
No, it's not him. Just exactly who are you?
I'm the fool that your uncle sent all alone into the middle of this whole mess.
You came by yourself? You think you're some kind of one-man army?
I don't need lectures.
Lady, he's good enough to. Lady, he's good enough to have gotten into Smash. If Master Hand picked him, it's for a good
My
reason.
name's not important.
Aha.
Pleased to meet you, very important.
That's the YouTube Mr. Important.
That's what some people call me.
The legendary Solid Snake? You?
Oh, bit of a fangirl, are we?
Sorry about before. I wasn't sure if you were one of the good guys.
But I knew you were.
How?
It's your eyes.
My eyes.
They
They're not
were
soldiers'
Mako
eyes.
eyes. Oh wait, sorry, wrong PlayStation 1 game.
They're beautiful, compassionate eyes.
A year too late for that
Oh,
one, Joe.
just what I'd expect.
It's funny because both this and Final Fantasy VII also deal with super soldiers.
Worry, you'll land back on them once you meet me. The reality is no match for
Now,
the
if only we had a game where Cloud and Snake crossed over. Wait a minute!
Yeah.
You looked so surprised when you saw my face.
Because you look just like him.
You mean the terrorist leader, Liquid Snake?
Yeah, you know him? You're not
I
brothers,
mean,
are you?
different hair colors, sure.
So what's the deal then?
Who knows? Why don't you ask him? But first I want some information. You were involved in this exercise from the beginning. What exactly happened here?
I'm sorry. I was captured along with President Baker right after the terrorist attack.
That's okay. But what is this place? I don't think it's just a nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Boy, oh boy, it's just like them.
Nobody told you anything, did they? Okay. You see,
So
this place
Solid
isn't
Snake is
really
pretty
for
much the
disposing of
government
weapons.
spy equivalent to
This
Phoenix
base is owned
Wright.
and operated
Nobody
by a
tells him
corporation
jack
arms
squat.
This
Yep.
is a civilian base?
Right. For the development of
There's
metal
actually good, kind of like more some of the more recent
Foxtrot
James
and
Bond
the next generation
movies.
special forces were called here for the test launching of a dummy nuclear warhead.
Oh.
Why
In
Fox?
case you're wondering, Dweebs, yes, you can in fact get a tuxedo costume for Snake.
We'll see. We'll show it later.
Must have fired nuclear warheads before.
We can
Suffice to
Why
say,
just
the
this
most
time?
recent Ed is kind of a
I
dick.
heard it was because this was to be a final test before the formal adoption of the Metal Gear program. Well, that's what I heard anyway.
Sounds kind of fishy.
What doesn't sound fishy at this point?
Yep.
Sorry, I'm not sure. I was captured with President Baker right after the revolt started.
Oh yeah, that's when he gave you the detonation code override keys, right?
That's right.
Amazing you were able to keep him hidden from the guards.
Well, women have more hiding places than men. Anyway, how's he holding up?
He's dead.
What?
Heart attack. Same as the DARPA chief.
The chief died from a heart attack too?
Yeah. Was either of them sick or anything?
No, not that I heard of.
Well, I don't believe in coincidences. Something funny's going on.
Sounds like it, but I have no idea what.
Me neither. Yet. Do you know the person who designed Metal Gear?
You mean Dr. Emmerich?
Yes. Is he still alive?
Probably. He should be in the research lab in the second floor basement of the nuclear warhead storage building to the north.
Alright, so that's where we're going then.
Yeah, that's where his lab is. I think they're forcing him to work on the nuclear launching program.
So they'll need him alive until that's done anyway.
Then we better do something before he finishes.
You're right. In case we can't override the detonation code in time, I need to ask him how to destroy Metal Gear.
You plan to take that thing on by yourself, Snake?
Wouldn't be the first.
First
Yep.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's more simple than you think, actually. Have a chaotic development that
There's a
results
cargo
in
door on the
chaos.
first floor of this building that leads to the north.
We're trying to think of a way to destroy Metal Gear without causing anguish to the fans,
I've got a
Dweebs.
level 5 card.
Well, I've got to go save the doctor. You should go.
I'm going with you.
Wait, this is 1998,
You're
so
still
the
too
8th
green.
Doctor, you're gonna say
I want
Paul
you to hide
McGann.
somewhere.
Okay.
I'm not green.
Oh, yes, you are.
Snake,
You
your
pause
pictures
for
are
just 1
both
second in
green.
front of your enemy and it's all over.
88's a code name for rookie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
rookie. He means
I don't know what happened.
backstory.
I
Okay,
just
okay.
couldn't pull the trigger right away. I never had any problems in training, but when I thought about my bullets tearing through those soldiers' bodies, I hesitated.
Shooting at targets and shooting at living, breathing people are different.
Ever since I was a little girl, I always dreamed about being a soldier. Every day of my life, I've trained my mind and body for the one day when I could finally see some real action. And now,
So what now? You want to quit?
I can't quit. I can't allow myself to quit now.
Listen, Meryl. Everybody feels sick the first time they kill someone. Unfortunately, killing is one of those things that gets easier the more you do it. In a war, all of mankind's worst emotions, worst traits come out. It's easy to forget what a sin is in the middle of a battlefield.
But this isn't a war. It's a terrorist action.
You're just a little jumpy from the combat high. The adrenaline in your bloodstream is starting to thin out. Just
I'm sure
take it
we'll make
easy.
some nanomachines that can actually
But
take
I
care of
learned
that in the
about combat
future.
high at the academy.
We'll talk about it later. For now, just think about keeping yourself alive.
If I get out of here alive, I'll think about that other stuff.
Okay, let me try to say this another way. Stay the hell out of my way.
You're a real bastard. Just like my uncle said.
Huh, I told you.
Yeah.
The real me is no match for the legend.
It looks like you were right.
Those two are gonna get along pretty well.
Girl.
We'll link up after I grab the doctor.
Anyway, in case you're wondering, yes, green is a synonym for like a newbie.
Yeah,
or-
it is.
Call me if you have any questions.
Be careful, okay?
I don't know, I thought that was common knowledge,
Open up the cargo
wasn't it?
door.
Yeah, me
well,
too.
Might have been, but I sadly did not know. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, I guess it's easy to do so, but
Anyway, Shiro, I don't know if you heard.
Okay, Tio, have you heard of the term greenhorn? That's where that stems from.
only by name, but never know the significance.
Yes, Pedro?
I don't know if you were here when it happened, Shiroi, but it was revealed that in order to get Meryl's codec frequency, we had to check the back of the CD case, as in from the actual game. So it's a kind of a manner of anti-piracy measure, basically. Kind of like remember the second Litton game did this too, where there was a puzzle that you had to check the instruction manual to complete it. Basically.
I'm surprised because I don't remember many PS1 games that did this kind of thing in any manner, as in copy protections. Especially because PS1 piracy was, if I recall correctly, was not as common in the early days.
Early PC games did this a lot. Like King's Quest games did this a lot.
Yes, we did cover this with the Sierra stuff, but I'm talking about specifically PS1.
I guess.
I think part of the reason is like, well, a lot of PS1 games, unless, you know, say there were RPGs.
We got a new gun? Go ahead, Natasha, what is it? Oh, sorry. I have to get out of here first. Before we can talk about it.
We're actually talking to her now.
Sure.
Sorry, but these are smokeless cigarettes.
You mean those cigarettes that are designed to cut down on secondhand smoke? Oh, well, don't worry. If you blow the smoke in the direction of the infrared sensors, you should be able to see them.
Yeah.
That was a good idea, bringing the cigarettes, but don't smoke too much. Cigarettes make you weak in mind and body. They are bad for you.
Okay.
Not with nanomachines, they aren't.
Alright, if I remember correctly, now that I'm out there, she actually tells me, yeah.
It is a bullpup style assault rifle. It is durable and easy to use. Very resistant to overheating. It is a reliable weapon with smooth action. It can fire up to 1,000 rounds per minute. On full auto, you will empty a 25-round magazine in a few seconds.
Alright. Go ahead, Jova, you were saying?
What was I talking about?
Well, regardless, don't smoke, it's bad for you, like Natasha said.
Still better than one of those anti-vape pads from the Game Awards.
So yeah, Shira, again, keeping up with the Bond inspiration, think of Meryl as the Bond girl of this game, basically.
You won't be for long with the way you walk.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Listen, Snake, the cargo door is like an airlock. It's equipped with infrared sensors.
Oh, don't you worry, Meryl. I have cigarettes. Haven't you heard? Smoking cigarette smoke causes infrared sensors to be viewable to the naked eye. Don't you know that?
Don't get careless. That's when things always turn sour.
Sorry, but this is the only way I can figure out whether or not I'm cut out to be a soldier. I gotta get my hands dirty.
Meryl, come on.
You're gonna get yourself killed.
See you there.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the thing with Meryl. She really wants to be a soldier, and she's willing to go out of her way to completely, again, just out of some need to prove herself, it seems.
Anyway, I think the cigarettes made Jova disappear.
What?
They did?
No, okay, he's back.
No, that's the thing, sure. Remember, the cigarettes causes the infrared sensors to appear, not disappear. You see?
That's because Pedro mentioned you a couple of times and you didn't say anything, at least from my end, anyway.
Oh, I was just thinking about something.
Weird. You heard me the whole time, didn't you, Pedro?
Did I? I don't know. I just thought you guys
responded to me each time.
So that's one yes, one no, and one I don't know.
Honestly, I'm kind of confused right now. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Nastasia tells it, it must be true. But however, we don't. If you manage to get the thermal goggles, because you can get the thermal goggles if you explore well enough, you don't need to use the cigarettes, because remember, cigarettes are bad for you. So let's just use the thermal goggles instead. However, like Nastasia said, if you use the thermal goggles too much, or is it the night vision goggles? I forgot if it's the night vision goggles or the thermal goggles, but one of them can be bad for your eyesight if you use them too much, as Nastasia said. And if Nastasia says it, it must.
Like the virtual boy.
And if Nastasia says it, it must be true. So don't use them for too long. But yeah, you can either, if you don't have the thermal goggles at this point, you can use the cigarettes, like Nastasia said. However, usually I explore enough in this game that I already get all the stuff that's possible to get up until this point. So I have the thermal goggles, so we can just use those instead. right? Again, it's simple. Just go by whenever they're. This could probably be a bit hard for someone like you, Shira, to tell where the position of the lasers are. Maybe, I don't know. But the basic idea.
No, it is. I'm sitting here trying to figure it out.
Oh, okay. Okay then. Well, the idea is
I
exactly.
think they're on the black lines, though. Actually.
All right. So there you go. However, I still need the card. So. Fortunately, Metal Gear Solid 2 finally makes it so that you don't even have to have the key card equipped. It will just automatically open it as long as you have the correct key card in your inventory.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Well, baby steps, I guess. Each of these games took one step each towards improvement.
Oh, now I remember I was going to say earlier.
Go on.
Yeah, about Twin Snakes. I don't hate Twin Snakes.
Oh, me neither.
I am actually fine with that game. Now, granted, I do realize the flaws in it, but honestly, I do feel like Twin Snakes is good enough.
There are claymore mines around there.
And who are you exactly?
Who are you? Just call me Deep Throat.
Oh my!
That's the name of a porn star. Like, it's just.
It's funny. He sounds almost like Ernie Hudson.
Who are you anyway? One of your fans.
Oh, another one of my fans. In case you forgot, Shira, in Metal Gear 2, there was also another unknown caller who claimed to be one of my fans. So, and it turned out to be a specific someone that I will mention later. But yeah. Okay, so the thermal goggles can detect anything that has any kind of heat in it, including the claymore mines. So fortunately, as long as you have the thermal goggles, this is why I always recommend when you start playing Metal Gear Solid, be sure to explore so you can get as much equipment as you can. Nastasha, would you please talk about these?
That area is mined? If you only had a mine detector. After you locate the mines on your radar, crawl forward and retrieve them. Anti-personnel mines have killed over 20,000 non-combatants in the past 30 years. In countries like Cambodia and Nicaragua, the killing and maiming of innocent victims continues long after the wars have ended. It is easy to plant mines, you see, but removing them is a different matter. It requires more time and manpower than anyone is willing to invest. The superpowers need
that's
to
horrible.
more mine detectors and other equipment to remove them. It is the least we could do after laying them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Clean up after yourselves is the lesson.
Clean your shit.
Or people might die.
Like I said, I learned this curious fact about Cambodia through this game. You know, like, and it's and my immediate reaction was exactly the one you just heard from me. Like, that's horrible. Is that really a thing? And then I looked it up. Oh my god, it is. Oh, Jesus. But yeah. Like she said, crawl over the claymore mine so you can get them. Again, like in Metal Gear 2. Again, the game, like I said, this game is pretty much what 3D World is to the Mario games. It's a literal 3D translation of Metal Gear 2's gameplay, which again, fine by me. If it ain't broken, then fix it, right? Okay. Now it's time for a boss battle.
A tank.
Mm-hmm. The one that was told that he told us was gonna ambush us.
This is Raven's territory. Snakes don't belong in Alaska. I will not let you pass. Send him a message.
Crap.
Hard for him to do if he's blown up. Also, I love how this scene goes in Twin Snakes.
That's right.
Vulcan Raven, Chuck Farley, played by Chuck Farley.
Crawl on the ground like the snake you are.
All right, so the boss battle against this tank is pretty. Oh, actually, hold on. Yes, Nastasha?
Of course, even during a boss fight, we got time for some trivia.
Well, actually, she's helping us with how to defeat the boss this time.
Gun is effective up to 3,000 meters. To get close, you'll have to confuse its tracking system. Use your chaff enough, it won't be able to use its main gun. Use your chaff at a long distance to fool its electronic systems.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense, Joe, but it would be Nastasia to help us with this boss because she's the military. She's the weapon specialist, obviously.
The tradition will be kept pretty much for the rest of the series, including Rising.
I'm okay. While this boss is going on, let me just say my piece real quickly, and let me just put it this way. And I'm not going to go. I'm going to go into more detail when we do our Let's Look at Twin Snakes part at the end of this. But let me put it this way. My problem with the cutscenes in Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes is how they exaggerate. They go way too far with the over-the-top nature. Now, before you say anything, I am not trying to say that this game is not over the top. I'm not delusional. Don't worry, I'm not delusional. What I mean is that when you and again, I'll be able to exemplify better when we actually do get to that part. But the basic point is that this game is over the top and all that stuff. Yes, however, it still knows when to restrain itself when needed. And Metal Gear Solid 2 and Snake suffers from a serious problem of lack of restraint. The game goes, in my opinion, way too far with the over-the-top way the characters move, talk, and even the way the action works. It feels like like to the point of ridiculousness and flat out. It feels sometimes it just feels more like a parody to me. But again, I'm not going to go into a big rant about this right now. Let's just.
Do we really want to restrict that to just Let's Look At? Because isn't it a
It's literally the same game hour-wise, Jova.
Yeah, trust me, Jova. It's trust me, Jova. Aside from the cutscenes, the game is.
Do you want the same game, but also with a poorer soundtrack and a more bored out?
That's what. Yeah.
Line?
Oh yeah. If there's one thing about Twin Snakes that I will definitely stand my ground on is the music. The music in Twin Snakes is so unbelievably inferior to this. Look at this soundtrack. This is, of course, the main theme. Also serves as the main boss theme. Dun, 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 dun. The theme that plays in this boss in Twin Snakes is so boring. I'm not kidding. But whatever. We'll have time to discuss more about this later.
I'm sure he's fine.
That'll come in handy.
Is that discount coupon for Domino's?
Now, here's an interesting thing. This may seem like to you like the villain is getting way too cocky and he just lets the hero live just for the hell of it. But believe it or not, that's not what the game is doing. Believe it or not, Liquid Snake has a very good reason for not killing Snake right now. But we'll see it for ourselves eventually.
So, General Ivan, I hear he took your hand as well as your dignity. Watch your tongue, shaman.
Ivan?
I thought his name was Revolver Ocelot. But anyway, yeah. Have I mentioned that this guy is called Vulcan Raven, just in case it wasn't obvious?
Not yet. Don't kill him yet. He and I will meet again in battle. Same prediction as always? Yes. The raven on my head. It thirsts for his blood.
Can ravens even hunt down snakes?
In some cases, yes.
I always thought it was eagles and falcons that did that.
Usually, yeah, birds of prey tend to be more rapacious to that. Ravens can have the capacity, but I never heard of them. Anyway, to mention quickly, because again, I found the article in the meantime. No, Pedro, again, that includes basically all the digital versions of the games that were available. So on PS3, PS Vita, PlayStation Now, Xbox 360, 3DS, GOG, and Nvidia Shield.
Huh. Interesting. Well,
also, ravens will hunt for snakes.
Fortunately, fortunately, I have the Blue Point remasters on both PS3 and Xbox physically, so not taking those away from me, Konami. Ha 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 ha.
Come to my house, you won't.
All right, everybody. In the next part, we'll see if we can find Dr. Emmerich, who is one of my favorite characters of the entire series. So, see ya.
Yeah.
See ya.
See ya.